Page 1 of 2. DCDBC logo. Waiver of liability, indemnification and medical release. To be signed by all members of the DC Dragon Boat Club, the club, and participants of any club-sponsored event. The term of this waiver is January 1, 2021 to December 31, 2021. Acknowledgement and assumption of risk. I am aware of the dangers and risks to my person and property involved in participating in dragon boating and other club-sponsored practices, races, and events, including but not limited to dragon boat practices, dragon boat races, other trainings, and other club-sponsored events such as river tubing trips, barbecues, picnics, community outreach events, festival team training, club volunteering, other paddle sports, non-paddle sports, and other club-sanctioned activities. I hereby acknowledge, agree, and represent that I understand the nature of the activities and that I am qualified, in good health, in proper physical condition to participate in such activities and willingly agree to comply with the stated and customary terms and conditions of participation. I further agree and warrant that if at any time I believe conditions to be unsafe, I will immediately notify the nearest coach or official and discontinue further participation in the activities. I fully understand that a. The activities involve risks and dangers of damage to property and serious bodily injury, including permanent disability, paralysis, and death risks. B. These risks and dangers may be caused by my own actions or inactions, the actions or inactions of others participating in the activities, the condition in which the activities take place, or the negligence of the releases named below. C. There may be other risks and social and economic losses either not known to me or not readily foreseeable at this time. And D. Because of the dangers of participating in the activities, I recognize the importance and agree to fully comply with all applicable laws, policies, rules and regulations, and any supervisor's instructions regarding participation in the activities. I fully understand that the releases named below do not insure participants in the above described activities, that any coverage would be through personal insurance, and the releases have no responsibility or liability for injury resulting from these activities. I voluntarily elect to participate in these activities with knowledge of the risk of the danger involved, and I fully accept and assume all such risks and all responsibility for losses, costs, and damages I incur as a result of my participation or that of the minor in the activities. End of page 1 of 2. Page 2 of 2. Waiver of liability and indemnification. In consideration for being allowed to voluntarily participate in the above referenced events, on behalf of myself, my personal representatives, heirs, next of kin, successors and assigns. A. I forever waive, release, and discharge the DC Dragon Boat Club, Gangplank Marina, Wharf Gangplank Leaseholder LLC, Wharf District Master Developer LLC, Wharf Horizontal Right Leaseholder LLC, and their respective administrators, directors, agents, officers, members, volunteers, and employees, other participants, any sponsors, advertisers, and, if applicable, owners and lessors of premises on which the activities take place, each considered one of the releases, herein, from all liability, claims, demands, losses, injuries, damage to property, or other damages on my account caused or alleged to be caused in whole or in part by the negligence of the releases, or otherwise, including negligent rescue operations, and B. I further agree that if despite this release and waiver of liability, assumption of risk, and indemnity agreement I, or anyone on my behalf, makes a claim against any of the releases, I will indemnify, save, and hold harmless each of the releases from any litigation expenses, attorney fees, loss, liability, damage, or cost which any may incur as the result of such claim. This release, indemnification, and waiver shall be construed broadly to provide a release, indemnification, and waiver to the maximum extent permissible under applicable law. I, the undersigned participant, affirm that I am at least 18 years of age and am signing this agreement freely and without inducement. I have read this form and fully understand that by signing this form I intend it to be a complete and unconditional release of all liability to the greatest extent allowed by law, and that I am giving up my legal rights and or remedies which may otherwise be available to me regarding any losses I may sustain as a result of my participation in the activities. I agree that if any portion is held invalid, The remainder will continue in full legal force and effect. Read before signing. Name, blank line. Signature, blank line. Emergency contact, blank line.